What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I am very excited because I am going to LA ComicCon, and I'm not really a social person. I'm very, antisocial. Not now seem like it, but, when I'm here in my Hobbit Star Wars cave, I can be me and free to express myself, but when it comes to being around other humans, I kind of tend to stay by myself, and I'm in a bubble. But I am leaving my Hobbit hole to go out and adventure to Los Angeles, so that way I can go to Comic-Con, and I am going to be cosplaying as one of my favorite characters from my favorite webtoon, Lore Olympus. Now, I'm going to Comic-Con specifically to go to the webtoons panel. So for those of you that don't know, webtoons is a company/app where it's all mobile comics and it's completely free. I actually stumbled upon it on Instagram, one of those Instagram ads where it's like, oh, you might like this. And I'm really into mythology, especially Greek mythology. And so this ad came up for this comic called Lore Olympus, and it's a retelling of the love story between Hades and Persephone. Obviously, the story in real life is very dark. This one's a retelling. It's lighthearted. Well, I shouldn't say it's lighthearted because there are a lot of adult themes in it. Some of them do coincide with the actual mythology, but the way that the artist and the artist, the comic artist, she's also telling the story. She's writing the story, and she does such a good job in it. It pulled me in, and she's doing such a great job telling this love story between Hades and Persephone, and I'm a complete sucker for it. I got pulled in, and I'm addicted. I'm addicted to it. So I'm going to Comic-Con so that way I can go to the Webtoons panel, and I hopefully will meet her because she's from New Zealand and she's going to be doing a Lore Olympus panel. And I'm totally a sucker for cheesy romance stories. I am, and I'm so excited. And also, when I discovered this comic and discovered webtoons, it really inspired me, and it made me want to create my own webtoon. So when I'm there, I'm going to be trying to talk to people that work at the company to get more information on it, because I've been talking about it on my channel. There's a story that should I do a comic? Should I do like the Indiegogo type of thing that all my friends are doing? But I after reading this comic, I was really inspired to do a webtoon, and it's about this story. I had the puppet with me. Now I don't know where I put it, but it's about dragonflies and butterflies. It's a story called Wings, and so I want to go to Comic-Con to get my answers on that, and also to meet Rachel because she's a phenomenal artist, and I'm excited to cosplay. I've never gone to a con and done full-on cosplay. So the thing about these characters is in the art style, it's so beautiful. But as you can see, the character Persephone, she's pink. Lots and lots of pink. So I am going to be transforming myself into Persephone. I bought all of the products. I spent under $100 on Amazon to get everything that I'm going to need to cosplay. I already had the paints. So I'm excited to do this. I'm gonna do my transformation and just kind of talk over while I transform into Persephone. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's get started. So let me explain the things that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be doing face paint. My lighting is not good for showing products on here, but as you can see, this is pink. So this is Krylon UV pink. So this pink actually will glow under black light. And then I have this pink, which is a little bit lighter. This is Wolf pink, the brand Wolf. I know my lighting is so bad for showing things. And again, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I know how to do this kind of stuff on me. I don't know if it's going to look good, but I'm going to try it. This is Tag Pink. There's a little bit of red in it from the last time I mixed it. But so when you're going to do face paint, what you need to do to get started, you need to put your hair back, especially if you have long hair like I do, which I'm happy about. I've been growing my hair out for years. My hair went through every phase of red, and then I did highlights to get the red out when I was in college, and then my hair was just so damaged that I had to chop it off. So I've been regrowing my hair, and I'm happy with how long it is. But I have long hair, so it needs to be put up. Now the thing, like I showed in the picture of Persephone, she's all pink, so I'm gonna have to paint my back, which is why I'm wearing this type of shirt. And luckily I have freakishly long arms. like most people, their elbows hit their waist. My elbows hit my hip bones. I have really long arms, so I can actually reach my entire back. So I'm gonna be able to. I'm doing this by myself, so I'm gonna be face painting my back. But you're also gonna need brushes. I have lots and lots of brushes, and then you're also going to need sponges because that's how you're gonna put it on. And then you're going to need a cup of water, which I already set down, so if I do that, I'm really afraid I'd spill it, and a spray bottle to spray on the paint. So what I think I'm going to do, just because the wig that I have for Persephone, it's, for some reason, it looks really weird on camera. It looks red, but in real life, it's like hot pink. I might just make my skin a little bit lighter, so that way when I... Oh. Well, that failed. I knocked everything over and turned off my computer, so sorry about that. But I'm going to get started. I'm going to do the lighter wolf pink. I might mix it a little bit with the Krylon pink, so that way it turns out to like a pretty hue. But, you know, I'm all experimenting. I've never done this cosplay / face paint before, so I'm excited to do it. I'll show you guys what you want to do. Spray like that. Alright, so let's get right into this makeup. Immediately what I do is I wet my sponge and then I cover it with pink, and then I try to cover as much of my face as possible. What I did is I went in with the lighter color, and then as you can see, I'm adding the darker color. So that one, the darker one, is the Krylon UV pink. It's very, very bright. I got a little in my eye, as you can see as I squint. So this is pretty straightforward. You just try to cover as much of the surface that you're going to need to cover as fast as possible, because this stuff dries incredibly fast, and if you try to mix or blend it, I should say, once it dries, it looks very, very blotchy. But this is pretty straightforward. You can see it looks kind of weird in my camera and the lighting, and that's why I try to adjust it, but it just looks ridiculous. When I look in the mirror, which you can see that's what I'm looking at, and then I look up at my camera and I see how ridiculous it looks. But in the mirror it looks fine, then when I look in the camera I'm just like, what the heck am I doing to myself? But one of the reasons why I love this comic so much is because the artist, Rachel, she does a really good job of integrating Greek mythology along with modern times. So that's one of the cool things about the gods, is when they're on Mount Olympus, they're basically in our time period. You know, they have iPhones, they have cars, but in the mortal realm, they're back during, Greek mythology times. So Persephone, the main character, the one that I'm turning myself into, she grew up in the mortal realm, and so now she's going to a university in the on Mount Olympus with all the gods, and she's an up-and-coming goddess, and she's just getting her way around in the world, and she's naive, but that doesn't mean she's not intelligent. She's very bright, and so it's really interesting to see how she integrates herself to this new world that she's experiencing. And then on top of that, the first chapter is Hades going to a party that his brother Zeus is hosting. And in this story, Hades is not the same type of character that he is in, traditional Greek mythology. And I never saw Hades as a bad guy. One of the things that I was taught, and one of the things that, I learned as I studied Greek mythology, was that Hades in Greek mythology, he's not looked upon the same way that, the Lord of the Underworld is usually looked at in other types of religions. For Hades, it was just his job. Him and his brothers, Zeus got the heavens, Poseidon got the sea, and Hades got the underworld. He wasn't a bad guy. That was just his job. And I don't know, I've always really liked Hades, and I think it has to do with the fact that I'm a Scorpio. I know not everyone takes zodiac signs seriously. I like them, I enjoy them, but one of the things about, I'm a Scorpio, so the ruling, planet is Pluto, which means Hades, and I've always been fascinated by the stories that are told about the heroes from Greek mythology and them going on quests to the underworld and like their dealings with Hades and everything down there. I always thought it was really cool because, you know, Zeus, he's just kind of a player. He's, you know, getting everyone pregnant. He's having all these demigods. And then, you know, Poseidon, he's kind of doing the exact same thing. But then Hades, you know, he just kind of does his own thing. And I like that. I think it's because I'm a really big loner, so I related to that. And it kind of spoke to me in the same way that Hades' character does in this comic. But Rachel, the artist, she does a really good job of humanizing him. And you just have the sympathy for him and everything that he went through because you actually understand Greek mythology and you know what their parents were like and all this stuff that, you know, because I always pronounce the names wrongs, but basically the dad of, you know, Zeus and Hades and Poseidon and all the other ones, he wanted to eat them because he knew that one of his children was going to rise up and take over. So, you know, they were titans. And so she does a really good job of showing Hades' character and how he's damaged from that, you know, traumatic experience of his father wanting to consume him. And then also with Persephone having to deal with her own things and how they just, you know, how they're falling in love, and you know they each have their own issues, but it's that finding somebody that has, you know, baggage like you and you can understand one another's pain, and you know it's that compassion, it's that empathy, and the love story that she's telling, it's really beautiful, especially with on top of the things that happened to them in the past, and you know both of them being traumatized by things that their parents have done to them, but also the things that are happening now with, you know, current events and, you know, people being shady, trying to manipulate them. It's a really good story, and it's been an escape for me whenever I read it. And she uploads every week, and now she does the fast passes, so I always jump on board and I get all the fast passes. But it's one of the highlights of my week is getting to read her webcomic, or, you know, her webtoon, and she's inspired me to, you know, pursue doing my own webtoon, which is Wings. And I've talked about that a lot, is that I want to do Wings and tell that story, but I just don't know what platform to do it. But once I meet her, once I go to this panel and see what it's all about, you know, maybe I'll have more answers and I can make a cohesive decision. But as you can see, I'm having trouble painting my back. It's almost done. It's almost there. Well, this is as good as it's going to get for now. Obviously, I look freaking ridiculous. I might have to adjust my camera settings because in my mirror, it doesn't look as bad as it does on camera. It's a lot lighter and it doesn't look as blotchy. This camera lighting is showing every single imperfection. So I am going to change, put on the wig, finish the painting, maybe get like, I don't know, a big sponge that can reach my back. But right now, I look ridiculous. And I'm going to put everything on. Hopefully it looks good. If not, I'm jumping in the shower, and this was all for nothing. So, let's see how this looks. Alright everyone, so this is the finished look. I know you can't see it very well. I know it looks like very, very blotchy, but I added some flowers with glitter. You can't really see it that well on here. So I'm going to take a picture on my phone and then have it on there. I'm also going to be doing live streams today from ComicCon. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to meet Rachel. I'm excited to go to the convention. It's going to be awesome. So if you guys are going to be there, feel more than welcome to say hello. And yeah, so I have to head out to the convention. I'm running a little behind. I didn't realize how long this was going to take. So everyone, have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, that's okay too. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that little bell. That way you get notifications for other videos and live streams. And until next time, everyone, may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. What's up, everyone? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and I have an Etsy store, so if you've ever wanted to own a print of my artwork, this is the place to go. As you can see, I have a lot of recognizable characters, from horror films to heroes to Star Wars characters. Some of the notable characters I have on here are Darth Vader, which I did a couple live streams painting, so you can own a print of this painting. I also have Luke Skywalker, the binary sunset version, one of my favorite scenes in the original New Hope movie. I have Darth Maul, which Ray Parks himself actually complimented me on Instagram. And then last but certainly not least, Ahsoka Tano. So if you want to own any of these prints, go right on over to my Etsy store. Again, that's the art of Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your day. What's up, everyone? I have a P.O. box, so if you want to send me some mail, go ahead and send it to Anna, That Star Wars Girl, or TSWG for short, at P.O. Box number 28171, Santa Ana, California, 927998171. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.